Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic on Black Friday, but you've obviously done all your purchasing already and are looking forward either to time off over the weekend or to December imminently upon us. Now, if you haven't done all your purchasing, do hang on a bit because there is some Christmas merchandise coming out soon, or possibly already in some cases. It's very hard to actually control on the merchandise just below the videos, so do have a look at that if you're interested in some Cracking the Cryptic merchandise. We've got a puzzle on the back of a number of hoodies that features the date 12/25, and we consider that, as long as you use the miracle rules of normal Sudoku rules, no kings move, no knights move, no consecutive digits, it's a valid puzzle and a really tough one. Anyway, that's there. Now, please be aware of Jurka van Veenendaal's Spy Games Puzzle Hunt on Patreon, which is free and is fantastic. We're getting a lot of correct answers and a lot of positive feedback about that hunt, proving very popular with adults, kids, big kids, i.e. us, teenagers, etc. Very popular and very approachable, honestly. Now, also, I mean, other things have been going up on Patreon all month, so there's quite a bit there to look at if you haven't been there before. And the same is true of the Discord server. But this puzzle has come in from Richard Stolk, who is a brilliant Dutch compiler, as anybody who's ever heard of him or knows his Sudoku variant series will know. And this is a very recent addition to that series. What does he call it? He calls it flexible sandwich Sudoku. It's a bit like an X sandwich Sudoku in a way. Now, the way that the clues outside the grid work here is that they show the sum that occurs in the digits between X and Y in that row or column, where X is the first digit seen, must be there, and Y is X plus 1. So, for instance, if this was a 1, then the sum of the digits between that 1 and the 2 in this column would be 5. And in fact, in that case, it would have to go 1, 5, 2, I believe. So these could be potentially helpful clues. But remember, the sandwiches can differ in each case. It doesn't mean, if that was the case, that 1 and 2 would always be the sandwich crusts. Indeed, they wouldn't everywhere. So the sandwiches can differ, but the crust, the crust always begins in the first cell, and then the other end of the crust is that number plus 1, and then the clue is the sum of the digits in between. Normal Sudoku rules apply, of course. Do have a try on the puzzle on the link below the video, and I'm going to have my attempt now, so let's get cracking with the big number. That's got to be helpful. If that is a 39... Yeah, if that's a 39, the sandwich contents add up to 39, and they have got to be at least 6 digits, and they can't be 7. Or they could be 7. If that was a 3, then you have 39 and a 4. No, 42, that would add up to 46. Right, sorry. They can't be 7. The difference is between 45, which is the sum of the digits from 1 to 9, as you know well, and 39, the difference is 6. And that can't be done in 2 consecutive numbers, because 2 consecutive numbers must be odd. So we're not looking at a 7-digit sum, so we're looking at a 6-digit sum. And the 3 outside must be 1, 2, and 3. So these digits are 1, 2, and 3. Whatever this is 1 bigger, so that's not 3, and that's not 1. And, this can't be 1, because that would make that 2, and that's far too big a sum to be 16. And it can't be 2 either, because that would make that 3, and this would have to be 0. So that's 3, that's 2, this is 1. That clue is now fulfilled. Whatever we put in here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they add up to 39. So we've dealt with that one. I'm going to mark it off actually. Just let's put a blue colour beside any clue that we've dealt with. Might help. Right, 16 is the clue here. 3 is the first part of the sandwich. So 4 is the second part. And the in-between bits add up to 16. Now that could be done with 6 and 8 or 9 and 5 here, which would put 4 here. Could 4 be here? Then this lot would add up to 16 plus 4, 23, 23, 1, 24. No, no, no. We can't fit 21 into 2 cells. That is a knowledge bomb from Cracking the Cryptic. So this is 4, and these two do add up to 14. And this sum is now, well, it's not done, I suppose, until we narrow that down to one of the pairs. So I'm not going to mark the colour there. Now we've got a 4 down here next to that. Yeah, what I'm learning is that the sandwiches always start in row or column 2 from where we're looking. So that sandwich was there. This sandwich was there. They always start one in. So this 4 sandwich starts here. It can't be 2 digits because they'd have to be 3, 1. And we've already got a 3 in the box. So it must be 1 digit, i.e. 4. And then this is 1 less than this. So it's not 1. It could be 5, 6, 7 or 8. And this could be 6, 7, 8 or 9. And the other thing that we're learning is that the first digit from a clue can never be 9 because it would need a 10 as its sandwich crust. So that none of these are 9. So 9 is definitely in one of those cells. What can this be as well? In a row where 10 is the total of the sandwich and it begins here, it can't be 8. So 9's not there. 9 is therefore here. I think I've hit the wrong key in some respect, in every respect. There we go. So 9 is part of a 23 sum. Could be 6, 8, 9. But this 6, 3, 1 actually can be the sandwich in this case, or 5, 3, 2, or just 7, 3. In which case this would be the end, the part of the crust is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now maybe it's useful, just as we did with that first column, to look at these columns and rows where we've got both ends. Yes, actually it's quite interesting, isn't it? If what can this be? It could be, what can it be? It can't be 2. Oh, sorry, it can't be 1. It could be 2. It can't be 3, because with 4 there, you definitely have more than 21 between them. It can't be 4. So it could be 5, 6, 7, or 8. That's quite a wide range, I suppose. But what can it be? If 4 is there and its crusts add up to at least 11, that's 15. If we were to put 21 in there, that's 36. Its crusts could add up to 9. Or if this was 1 higher in each case, the crust could add up to 7 or 5. And the only way we could do any of those would be 2 here and 3 here. And if it's not that, if this is bigger than 2, we're going to get overlap, aren't we? I mean, that is possible, but it's getting quite complicated. If this was a 5, its other crust would be a 6 somewhere. This would be a 7. That would be an 8. And now you'd have 26 in crusts and 25 in fillings, 51. They'd have to overlap by 6. And that's not possible because this 6 couldn't be, even if this was 6, it couldn't be the sandwich for both ends because they'd both have to begin with the same number then. So That's not possible. It also doesn't feel like anything else is going to be possible. 6 there and 7 here. Oh, it just wouldn't work with this being 5, 6 or 7. 5 there would not work with 6 there. Right, so it can't begin with 5 or 6. Can it begin with 7? 7 and 8 is 15 and the 21 is 36. This would now have to be 5, 4, 6, which adds up to 15. 36 and 15 is 51. They'd have to overlap by the 6, and we worked out that's not possible before. So that's not 7. Can it be 8? 21 and 9 is 38. Then this would have to be a 6 again, because it can't be an 8 anymore. Actually, wait, it could still be 6 and 7. So 8 and 9 and 21 is 38. Then this is either 5, 4, 6, and that's 53, an overlap of 8, which is impossible with 6 there and 4 there, or 6, 4, 7, that's 17. This is more maths than I'd expected to have to do. 17 plus the 36 is 53. That's an overlap of 8. Well, hang on, have I made the overlap the same both times? 17 plus... Oh no, 8 and 9 I'm saying now. So 38 plus 17, 55, an overlap of 10. But if that's 8, that's not going to work. This can't be an 8. That must be a 2. It must be what we worked out. 2, 21 there, 23, 26, 30. These two add up to 15. They are 7 and 8. And I'm sure that's right. Then we get 1, 5, 6 and 9 here. Do they add up to the right sum? Yes, they do. So that's fine. One of these two is a 1. And they're all from 1, 5, 6, 9, but these two can't be 1, I suppose. Okay, so I think these sums... Oh, right, now we've got that 9. Actually, ever since we've put that 9 in, this became a 5. So I'm going to blue all of these sums because they are all done. We've used those clues fully. Right, now this 10, we can see that the 7 and 3 are the numbers. It's got to begin with 1, 5 or 6. That's all that's left in the box. And that makes this 2, 6 or 7, which it can't be. That's in the row. So that's not a 6. Okay, that was easy enough. The others don't look so easy. 17. It's got to be those 6 and at least 2 more cells. But it could be 3 if you used the 1. 1, 3 and 7 it would have to be. Then you could start with 5 and end with 6. But then you'd have 8 and 9 at the end. That's not going to work. Because if you had 8 here, you'd have 9 here, that would be 0. If you had 9 here, that's impossible. Right, so it doesn't have 3 digits making the 11. So those 2 digits make the 11. These two are the crusts. So that's 1, 5 or 6. This is 5, 6 or 2, 6 or 7. It can't be 2 with a 1 because we've already got 2 in the row. These two add up to 11. They're not 2, 9 or 4, 7. They can't be 5, 6 now because of that cell. So they must be 3, 8. And we still don't know what the crusts are. Right, 19 here though. And we've used 4, 2, 3, 8. Can't begin with a 9. So it begins with 1, 5, 6 or 7. But wait, we know that this is either 5, 6 or 6, 7. Well, that's going to rule out all of these things. If that was a 5, 6 would be there, 19 would be wrong. So that isn't right. If this was a 6, 7 would be there and 5 would be there, and that would ruin that sandwich. So that is not a 6. If it was a 7, that might be possible. 5 there, 6 there, 7 here. But that 6 would be included in a sum possibly including that, and to be bounded by an 8. That does look possible. How about 1 there and 2 there? No, 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 because then we'd have 19 there, plus 1 and 2 is 22. Those two would have to add up to 23. That's not going to happen. So it's not a 1, it is a 7. Ooh, didn't mean to colour it. I'm going to colour it blue, actually, because I think I've done it. 7, that's now 6, that's now 5. I'm going to colour that one blue as well. Now, how are we making up this? Right, these two are now 1 and 9. So that adds up to 10 plus 6 plus 3 is the 19. So that is done. And that is very confirmatory, you know, that we're doing the right thing here, because that added up to 19 so conveniently. That 6 makes this a 2. Now, 14 in either 2 or 3 cells, well, not 2 cells, because that can't be a 6 anymore. So actually, could it be 1, 2, 3? No, we've used the 2. So it is 2 cells, can't be 2, 4, it must be 1, 5. We know which way round they are because of that 5. This is the 3 to bound the sandwich. That one is done as well now because we can tell it's a 1. 6 is the last digit here. We must be able to finish this sandwich off. We've got 22 there. We need to make it 23 and then put in the 7. There we go. All of these sandwiches are done, and that one. Now, what about 13? This must be straightforward. 2, 3, or 4 here. Same for the next 2 cells. Well, it's got to be 4 with that 5, as long as 1, 7, 2, and 3. Yes, they do add up to 13. That's perfect. So 4 there. That can also go blue because we've done it. So 18 here, and we've got already 11 in the sandwich. This is seeing 1, 7, 3, 2, 4. It can't be 9. So it's 5, 6, or 8. It can't be 6 either because of the 7 right next to it. So it's 5 or 8. We've got 11 there. 7 can't be 1 cell because that would require another 7. And it can't be 3 cells because that would require another 4. So those 2 cells are in the sandwich. This is the boundary of the sandwich. These 2 add up to 7 without a 4. So they're either 2, I can't type, 2, 5, or 6, 1. Yeah, they would both... actually, that's quite interesting. They either use a 5 or a 6 then. So this pair of crusts can't be 5, 6. That must be 8, 9. That's a lovely touch. Doesn't resolve what the sandwich is, but it does resolve which way round it works. I won't quite mark that blue because we haven't resolved these yet, and they're not just the same digits in either order. Right, now 21 clue here starts with a 1 or a 5. Oh, that's quite interesting. When are you going to get a 2 or a 6 into the grid? The 21 sandwich has to be at least 3 cells. So I don't think that can be 6 with a 5 there, because that would need to be 13 to make the numbers up to 45. No chance of that. So it's got to be 1 here, 2 there. These 3 add up to 21. I'm tempted to assume they're 8, 7, 6. But actually that's risky. They could be something else. Couldn't they? Well, we've got 9. Yeah, they could be 9, 7, 5. So let's not take any chances on that. This one, though, we know now is the 6. That clue is done fully. Okay, these 2 can't be a 5 anymore. And in fact, now that this 1 is not here, 1 in this sum must be here. Has that changed things? No, this could still be 9, 7, 5 or 6, 7, 8. If it was 6, 7, 8, though, that would be a 5. So actually it's 9, 7, 5. So my first instinct was completely wrong again because I'm not that smart. Right, this can't be a 9. That's a 6. This is 8. That clue is done. We've got just these 2 clues left. Nothing very helpful about them at the moment. So let's do some regular Sudoku. That is a naked single 7. That's a 2. 9 here. 3, 4, 7 triple up here. So now maybe we're getting some clues to help with the 15 sum. Let's get every clue we can. Ooh, that could be 9, 6 straight away. But it could also be less than 15. I think I'll do more ordinary Sudoku. 7 in the central box goes there. That is 4 or 8. And these are from 2, 4 and 8. One of those is a 3. This, oh yeah, we can finish this box. 9 and 4. That's a 5, 6 pair. Clearly the 5 is going to have to disambiguate this column. 2, 3 sum is interesting. So 5 can't be a 2, 3 sum. It actually also cannot be a 5 sum, because I have no idea what these cells are, but I do know they both these pairs contain a 5. So the 5 in the column must be gone. So if there is a sandwich total of 5, and you can't do it with 2, 3, which would break that square, and you can't do it with 5, it must be 1, 4. And that is going to sort out some of the cells. Well, one of them anyway. So, is there anything missing? 9, 1, 4, no. It can't involve a 1, so it's not 1, 2, the sandwich bits. In fact, hang on, this ending of it is 3, 5 or 8. No, it can't be 5, there's a 5 in the box, it's 3 or 8. So the beginning is 2 or 7, and we've got a 2 in the top row. So it's a 7 and an 8. And that must sort out the rest of these columns. 3, 2, it certainly deals with the rest of column 5. It's column 7, that is, sorry. That's a 4, because there's an 8 in the box. So 3 there. 5, 4, 6 here. We can do the 5, but not the 4, 6. That can go blue. Still got this clue to do, but again, let's get some more regular Sudoku clues. 2, 3, 5, triple there. 6, 8, 9 here. No help in this box, but right, what can this be? Oh, that's a naked single 3. That's a 1, 2 pair. 2, 7, 1, 3, 9. Right, it's going to have to come back to this clue finally. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep doing bits in the top. That is a 4, in fact. That's very helpful to this sandwich. What is so 6, 8 and 9 to go in the top row. Right, finally, let's have a look at this. So if that was a 3, that's quite interesting, because then 2 would go there, 1 would go there, 4 would go there, and this would be the whole sandwich. And with 3 there and 4 there, that couldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it begins with a 7. And it ends with an 8, which can't be there, because that wouldn't allow enough. So let's just keep using that. The 3 has made that 2, 3. That feeds the 2, feeds the 1. That can't be 6 and that can't be 8. And finally, can we prove this is 9, 6? Or can it be 5, 6, 4 with an 8 there? Well, both look possible, but 8 must be in one of these cells. And that means it's not here. So actually that gets our 9, 6, 8 triple done. That fixes the top, 6 and 9. That fixes those cells. Still don't know the sandwich, and we've only got 6 cells left to fill. 7 and 4, there it is. And yet again, my gut feeling was totally wrong, which shows you do not rely on them in Sudoku. And 9, 5, and let's just check this. Between the 7 and the 8, we have 5, 6, 4. They add up to 15. They complete the puzzle. It's a very nice puzzle. It's a lovely idea. Required some quite complicated maths the way I was doing it. You may have found a simpler way, but I was certainly struggling with the maths, particularly in this column, but then the arithmetic got a lot easier. And it was a really nice flow to the puzzle, as always, I think, with Richard Stolk. So thanks to him for recommending that to us. And thank you for watching as ever. Please do subscribe. We're closing really fast on 300,000 subscribers. It'll be a fantastic landmark to hit. I mean, unbelievable if we do, but it really looks like we're going to get there soon. And I just couldn't be more grateful. I mean, I do also want to say thank you before I sign off to the community, the people who watch us, and the lovely things they say, both about our presentation. And what I particularly love is, you know, if somebody asks a question or points out that we're not very good at certain aspects of Sudoku, somebody always flies to our defense and points out why we did it, or that we are live solving for your pleasure, so sometimes things will go wrong, and that is just the way of things. We have to live with that, and we'll take the criticism, that's fine. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.